and Jeff in Pouncer Park. Pouncer, the last time we were here, if you watched, I'm sure you'll remember, he went nuts because there was a cute little white cat over there that sometimes shows up. So he came to the same exact spot. He's just waiting on her. I don't think she's going to be there, but he likes to make sure. So he's been very happy because I gave him a rabbit today. It's on you. No, did I put? Yeah, it's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I didn't put it on TikTok because they would take it down. But on Facebook, I'm Jeffrey Leibowitz, Leibowitz. On Instagram, what are we? Berimbolo Jeff, Brimbolo Jeff, and Baby Pouncer, two separate accounts. On TikTok, you can look up Pouncer the Cat or Swaggers the Cat. It'll bring the bugs. It'll take you to the same spot. So if you want to see him eat with the rabbits, go on. It's really sad and disgusting, but I still encourage you to do it because so many people ask me, oh, Jesus. They ask me all the time, what kind of cat is that? Serval. How do I get a cat like that? And no one ever asked me, what's involved in caring for a cat like that. So I want people to see. So I'm going to start posting some things that hopefully you'll find disturbing. So you understand, if you're going to really, if you're really serious with these questions, then you're going to have to you're going to have to put their well-being above your comfort. And you're going to be living outside your comfort zone. And you're going to have to spend a lot of money on outdoor enclosure. You're going to spend a lot of money on vet. You're going to spend a lot of money on food because you're going to eat all sorts of different kinds of food. And you have to pay shipping. It's a lot. Damn, these bugs. Um, you're also going to have to study the legalities because they're not legal in most states. And you're going to really have to talk to the people in your life. If you live with someone, you don't tell them, you get a serval, you might as well, you're married, file divorce papers now. Because no one's going to be just like, oh, okay, you got a cute little serval. It's a life changing thing. So if you do get one, you're going to have to learn to think. What's up, Sam? You're going to have to learn to think outside of your human perspective and see it from their perspective. Serval doesn't want to be, what's up, little tuber? Servals don't want to be cuddled all the time and carried around. They want to kill, they want to hunt, they want to hide. What's up, pink-ish boy? How you doing? Thanks, Sam. I was just telling the people that are going to be watching this, because most people on lives watch it after you're live, just telling them that keeping a serval is hard and what's involved in it. Because so many people have been hitting me up, for the last, 5 years. I can't pronounce that. What's up, Mac? So I just want to make it abundantly clear that you're going to be seeing a lot of disgusting things, You'll be seeing me post some things intentionally in the next few days that are going to gross you out. But I'm doing it on purpose. I want people to understand that you got to put the well-being of the cat ahead of everything else. And it's hard. It's not easy. It's messy. It's hard. And it's a life-changing thing. So you need to also understand that if you keep them only outside, they're not going to be friendly towards you. It's going to be very different. So you keep them inside, they're not going to have enough room. So, ideally, you're going to have an outdoor enclosure and room indoors and maybe a way to connect the two. So, again, it's a tremendous sacrifice. What do you see, buddy? So, anyway, I don't mean to sound mean. I'm just trying to be honest because so many people have hit me up, for years now. And I don't like to get into the whole thing all the time because there's a lot to say and there's a lot of benefits. They're so funny. What's up, Tabitha? They're so funny. To me, it's worth it, but you'd be surprised what I could put up with. To me, I'll pretty much, make everything else second to him and to Swaggers. So, what's up, Beetlejuice? He's a serval. So, I just hope people will bear that in mind because otherwise, if you get one and you're not ready, you're going to get hurt. A serval that's not happy is going to hurt you. I guarantee it. And then you're going to give it up to someone, right? And that someone is not going to be able to take good care of them because it's already bonded. They bond to only one person. So now what are you gonna do? You're gonna have an animal that's gonna be what you would call, yeah, yeah, with an S, Serval, what you would call aggressive, but really it's just scared, because they can't bond to somebody after, say 3, 4 months. It would be extremely hard, and that person would get injured too severely to make it worth it. So now it's almost better that, yeah, right. It would be almost better to keep it in poor conditions than to give it away to even worse conditions. You know what I'm saying? Because at least it wouldn't feel alone all the time after bonding with you. Even though, you might be a dick, doesn't mean that the cat deserves to go somewhere else, because now it's going to feel sad and alone, whereas before at least it had you. So, you know what I'm saying? It would just be a bad situation for everyone. That's my speech. I don't make many. Anyway, what's up, Pokey said? Beetlejuice, how you guys doing tonight? And why are you sitting so still, buddy? Don't you want to chase things? Don't you want to see things, huh? He's very happy. He had a rabbit. Well, he didn't eat the whole thing. He's been playing with the rabbit all day. He's been very happy. Fool. Tyrone, get the fuck out. Little punk ass bitch. I'm not the punching bag of the world. Fuck that shit. What's up, Luciano? How you doing? Show. They keep saying there's another moderator. I'll never understand that. It's like, baby, what do you see? There, somehow, I have a moderator that I never chose. We're good, busy, but good. He's been so happy. I gave him a rabbit, and it's so sad and disgusting, and it's like bleeding. Even though it came frozen, it still bleeds after it's thawed out. And he carries it around, and he jumps for joy. He let me get rid of this idiot. He's cursing already. A lot of crazies today, huh? So he's been happy. And then I gave him some birds, and that made him even happier. Then he ate the grind that I make him, which is really healthy. So that made me happy. So we're both happy. We're both happy. And now he's got to do his bug hunting. Then he's got jumping practice. I'm going to have to work out. And again, neither one of us gets much sleep. Have you had the coffee? How did you remember that? I had actually this energy drink instead. But I did have the coffee, those cold coffees, like an hour and a half ago. What does it cost to have one? I don't really know, because I rescued one, and then this is his son. But, what I see is they go for like $5,000, When I say I don't really know, I don't know, like, how much you could negotiate off that. If it were me and someone wanted $5,000, I'd probably offer, 3,500 and meet in the middle. Serval coffee, that's right. He doesn't need caffeine, this guy, man. He's like walking caffeine. But you see, buddy, I think he's waiting for that cat that you saw the other day. Who is this kitty cat? What's up, DMI? I hope he's treated with love and respect. No, I like to abuse him, kick him. Sometimes I take his spots off. We're mean to him. We're very mean to him. He's a bad cat. He's a bad boy. Are you a bad boy, Pouncer the Cat? Are you a bad boy? Sure, I hope everyone's treated with love and respect. DMI, thank you for popping in. How you doing tonight? Pouncer, wag your tail for DMI. Say hi. Good boy. Good boy. This is our bug hunting time. Well, right now he's looking for... He's cat hunting. It is a bug. Sometimes he'll just jump for one. You guys seen him jump? Sometimes, man. I don't think any of you really seen him jump. He can just sort of... Good, I'm glad you're good. He can... I'm telling you, man, Pouncer can jump better than most Servals. He can jump higher than Swaggers, for sure. That's his dad. He can jump like just sitting down up an easy 14, 15 feet. Think about how high that is. Just without a run. And with a run, I don't even know how to measure it because his outdoor enclosure has a roof, and we're outdoors here. What am I, 5'10", and this is like, what, 4 feet or something. So we don't really get a good measure. Kid VR, how you doing, bro? They might annoy you. They'll drive you insane. You have to be prepared to have one. It takes a lot of time and energy and effort, and you have to love them. If you don't love them, you won't make the sacrifice. When I say love them, I mean love them for what they are. You have to accept them and love them for what they are, which are wild animals. Otherwise, your life will be miserable. And then people will tend to call me. Be like, can you take another one? I've taken a lot of servals, but the ones people give to me, I bring to a place. There's a couple places where I bring them where I know they'll be well cared for. What's up, Wildstar? How you doing? Oh, how are you? Where we going, buddy? Where we going? I don't know if you can see his shadow. It cracks me up. It looks like Batman. The flash takes away your view of it sometimes. Anyway, see, nice big field. We come here a lot. Pouncer goes to a lot of parks, actually. But we've been coming here a lot lately because he likes it. What awesome. Let's see, what awesome name. And I refer to my little kitty, Bouncy Cat. Big and small, they all love to do cat things. So true. Just hanging out watching the stream. Happy to have you here. What's new with you? You see, you remember last time we were here, he found crickets, and he remembers, and he comes and he just waits. I think he's waiting to hear them. Let me just listen. Oh, no, we do hear them. I wasn't paying attention. They make civet coffee. Yeah, that's in that movie, Copy Lure or something. That's in bucket list. And civets they're like cousins of Jeanettes. I love them. They're not cats, but they look like them a little bit. What's up, Connie? How are you? I actually had a girlfriend named Connie, and she was a twin. And once she was in the kitchen, and I went behind her, and I grabbed her, and I gave her a kiss, and she turned around and hit me in the face, like punched me in the face. It wasn't her. It was her twin. Oh, man, and she was wearing the same necklace I had just gotten her. Like at the time, girls wearing these, like, black, I don't know what you call it, like, I don't know the material, like a soft material black necklace that's like an inch thick. So, like, I was certain it was her. I didn't even think about it. Man, she punched me hard. Wait, what cat is that? What's up, Mommy Lil? How you doing? This is Pouncer. He's a Serval cat. Wildstar will tell you all about it. Jump, baby. Go for it. They're cool, man. Serval cats they're hysterical. They really are funny. Just their ears crack me up. But, they're wild animals, and it's a lot of work. I've been trying to convey that today, like much more than ever, because I've been posting these videos. What you got? What are you eating? What is that? Let me see. What you got? What is that? What is it? Ew. Don't be a piggy. Don't be a piggy. Everybody's been. Do you want me to subscribe to you? Well, I don't care. Whatever you want. Everyone always asks, how do I get a cat like that? And so I started posting these videos of him eating these small animals like rabbits, not alive or anything. And some people do that. I couldn't do that. But I just want people to know, what's really involved in having an animal like this, because otherwise it becomes very unfair to them. And it'll be unfair to you also. So, treat them well, treat yourself well. Do your research is all I'm saying. And then when you're ready and you've studied for, a couple of months and you've gone and seen a couple, hit me up. I'll show you how. But, when people just say, how do I get a cat like that? I would never tell them. And if you see yeah, what's up, Aaron? Exactly. And when you see an ad for Serval cat or Savannah cat, they are 100% of the time scams. They'll ask you to send money, they won't FaceTime with you, and then you get taken. Don't fall for that. Whatever you do, don't fall fat. What's up, Blue? We are live. We are en directo, en vivo. And Pouncer brought his spots. I'm Sub. I love your channel. Well, we love having you. Kid VR, what's up, man? They cost more than a Frenchie. I don't know, what does a Frenchie go for? See, looking for the cat. He remembers exactly where. It's so funny how when we get here in the car, I'm telling you, I leave the engine on, right? And we're often in park, so it's not that. So I'll just put it in park. Oh, you see, he always takes me under this. I'll put it in park, and right away he knows we're here. He just sniffs it out or something. Yeah, they cost more than that. Certainly for a baby. I don't know if she's here, Pouncer. You should see him carrying around his dead rabbit today. Oh, so disgusting, but he's so happy, It's good nutrition for him, and it makes him so happy. So, look, it doesn't make me happy, but there is no choice. When it comes to his well-being or him not being well, there is no choice. He's a good boy, and he deserves the best. Right, Pouncer, you good boy? Especially today. And today, Pouncer woke up and just refused to stop kissing me. He must have given me like thousands of kisses. I started to count to see how many I got in like a minute. And it was like 50, almost one a second. And it went on forever. So he gave me thousands of kisses. He usually gives me lots of kisses to wake me up. And then he'll give me more kisses, but not like today. Today I was, Pouncer kissed in abundance. When was the last time you guys got kissed by a pet? Tell me. When was the last time you kissed your pet? You should kiss your cats every day. They got a rough tongue like a house cat. Aaron, it's like sandpaper, exactly. It's so much worse than a house cat. I mean, you think a house cat is bad. These cats have such rough texture. It's so coarse because they use it to lick the fur off animals and the feathers, right? So imagine, it's like your skin's gonna come off. You're getting kisses, you don't want to be rude about it, but it's like, bro, yeah. It's funny you say that. I was just thinking about that before. And it's funny. Good. What's up, Barry? How you doing? It's funny because, they'll often eat the feathers and the fur. Some do, some don't. Like they all have their own taste. Like swaggers won't eat bones. They're all different, just like we are. But, the tongue's going to be rough no matter what. When they kiss you on the face, it's like, oh, God, it's like the movie Face Off. You think your face is just going to come off. They can give you a facelift with their tongue. Oh, it's just terrible. You can get, like, really, like, real rashes just from their kisses. All right, well, you got to go now. Well, you have a good night. Thank you. We appreciate it. He takes good care of his human. What are donos? Man, it sucks there are people like that. I had a cockatiel myself. I love birds. What time is it? I don't know. I can't see. When we're on YouTube, I can't see what time it is. Well, I can tell you this. We've been on here 19 minutes. Well, we came on like 12, so it must be like 12:20 or something like that. What's up, Blue? Are you feeling blue? I hope not. I was once something called a Confederate when they were just starting to get computers to have AI. And so they wanted me to interact with it to see if I could trick it, to see if it would understand everything that I said. And so the first thing was the computer says to me, "How are you?" And I said, "I'm feeling blue." And it totally got it wrong. It thought that I was feeling like the color blue. So we've come a long way since then. Oh, he's a cockatiel. That's what I had. When I was a kid, I hate to tell you the story, but I'm going to tell you. I had a cockatiel named Oscar. Turned out she was a girl. I loved her to death. If I were to step out of the room, she would cry. She'd sit on my finger. I loved to pet her. And one day, I've been doing karate my whole life. I was like 12. So I go to karate, and I came back, and my snake had escaped, and it ate the bird. It got into the bird had this big giant dog cage, and somehow I forgot to close the top. It was my fault. I just forgot, and it was the most heartbreaking thing, man. I cried for weeks and weeks. Oh, he's Oscar too? Oh, God. He's a fatty. Well, they say you should be able to see your cat's hips. Otherwise, you really shouldn't leave the food out after they eat. Just put it out. Whether it's 3 or 4 times a day, just put it out. Give them there 20, 30 minutes and take it away. And no more treats and plenty of exercise. Yeah, they love to be pet, right? Cockatiels are so cute. Your cat's looking. Pouncer, look at the kitty cat. Pouncer, look at the cat. Well, all he's going to see is his phone. No garbage tonight, buddy. No garbage. You can smell. I know I talk to Pouncer too much, but you'd be surprised how much he understands. And I'll tell you something else. And most of you won't believe it, but watch the video, then you will. Pee-pee time. Good for you, I think. He changes the temperature in the house. He goes to the thermostat, and he puts one paw on the thing to make it either cool or heat. So he changes it from cool to heat. And then he hits the other button to make the temperature go up. It's unbelievable. Watch the video. And he makes it so hot. He cranks the heat when I'm sleeping because he knows otherwise I'll change it. And it gets so hot at night that I'll wake up and I'm sweating. And I think to myself, what, I'm having night sweats? I don't feel like I'm having nightmares. And, it was Pouncer. It was out in the other room turning the heat up. It's unbelievable. What's up, Decon Frost? How are you? Sorry if I mispronounced that. Thank you. Pouncer used to be so nice to the kitty cats we have, but those days are over. It's not that he's mean to them. He's mostly mean to their food. When he sees them eating, he smacks their food. He likes the way it goes flying. So they don't appreciate that too much. Neither do I, being the one that pays for it. Alone. You live alone. Hold on a second, let me get that. That's funny. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do, Blue. That's what I'm going to have to do, otherwise I'm just going to be sweating my ass off. It's like living in the sauna. What's up, Louis? How are you? Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. On goat? Really? You want to know what I think? I say, whatever you're into, just don't hurt the goat. What kind of cat is that? Decon wants to know. This is a Serval. Serval. A Serval cat. You're the first person to ever ask me that. It's so funny. People never ask. What are you smelling up? What do you smell, buddy? Do you ever take his dad out walking? I take his dad out a lot, but not as much walking as running because he's crazy. And you're ancient. I'm like 150 years old. Did he just pop a squat? No. Decon. What do you see, buddy? Maybe it's just that piece of wood. You never know with Pouncer the cat. He's capable of doing anything at any time. But his dad, much more so. His dad is completely sociopathic. He's just beyond the word crazy. You don't know. Swaggers has done I am from Arab, so the goat. All right. Hang on a second. Get rid of this guy. Swaggers has done things that are so terrible that I will never tell anybody, really. He's done things that are terrible, for a Serval. Swaggers, I asked the vet if it was possible to get Swaggers psychological care. She said, he may be. There are cats that are just sort of disturbed. And Swaggers is definitely one of them. And don't get me wrong, because he's got a very sweet side to him. But he has a few other sides. Like he's got like a multiple personality disorder. He's sometimes, there are times, man. I'm still bothered by, to be honest, by that rabbit. There's something about this particular rabbit. Usually, they're frozen for so long that, they don't really look like rabbits anymore. But this one, I don't know, man. They must have freshly killed him. And, he came frozen, but, I de-thawed him. Actually, that's not a word. I thawed him. De-thawed is not a word. I just learned that. So I thawed him out and gave him the Pouncer, and he just looked alive, man. It's just, I don't know. There's something about it that just bothers me. And his eyes are open. There's blood coming out. It's just terrible. I love rabbits. But, I love Pouncer being healthy more. There's just no choice. It sucks. You get the ears pierced. Very nice. I could finally change them. Silver hoops, in Spanish called zarcillos. And when the thick part went through, it hurt, I can imagine. Is it your upper ear or your lower ear? Because I heard the upper ear hurts a lot. Pouncer never got his ears pierced because he's so proud of his ears, I think if Pouncer got his ears pierced, you wouldn't even notice. That's so big. Think how many earrings he could fit in those ears. Giant satellite dishes he's got. Lower. Well, that's not as bad, right? How old are you, Blue? I forget. Are you 14 or 12? And if you're wondering, Pouncer is 6 months. He's just a big baby. Like so many people tune into this channel, I always put it age restricted. And there's always kids that come that are like, I gotta be careful what I say. There's always teenagers from my class and 12 and 13-year-olds, and the kids in my class think I don't know they're there, and I do. And I have to call their houses. Then they get mad. Then I start to laugh. What do you expect? What do you expect? You can follow the channel, but when you're up talking to me at 12 at night instead of doing your homework or sleeping, forget about it. I'm calling your house. There is no choice with that either. If you're in my class, do your homework. It's not a joke. It's your job. I can't do the homework for you. If you want to really speak, you're going to have to practice. And plus, it's fun. It is fun. My homework is fun. And God knows I do homework for you guys. I make videos for them. I'll sometimes sit in the enclosure with swaggers and I'll teach them the words for like spot, stripe, ears, feet, paws, all that stuff. Whoa! Oh, don't start this shit. This is when he starts to bolt about this time. Yeah. He always waits about half an hour and he starts this craziness. He just runs and he flies because he's connected to the harness and leash. He just flies in the air and he spins around. He likes it. I don't. Oh, here we go. Up the pole. Up the pole, bro. Show him how you climb, Pouncer. Usually he smells it once and he climbs it the second time. Let's see if he breaks that pattern today. Nope. Same thing. He'll be back. He'll be back. He's got it all planned out, you see. To him, it's like taking a vacation. Usually he'll scratch his nails on that tree, right? Second time around. 1511, bro. What the hell is that? That's a cat, dummy. Was he just fighting a ghost? Man, sometimes I think they see things that we don't, and I don't know what they are. Try a smaller. Who? No, lower. You're 36. What's up, Aaron? 36. You're still a baby. Enjoy your youth. I'm 59. I feel like I'm 150, bro. I do. I've had so many injuries in my life, and I'm paying for it now. How did you guess my age? You once told me. I don't know. I just guess. Bro's got cameras on me. He is very silly. So true. He gets the zoomies. He gets zoomies in the air. He likes, tell me, you can't see because it pulled half my body, and I can't turn the camera like that. I just imagine you're me. And he runs to the end, he goes in the air, then he spins in the air. It's crazy. It's so crazy. He's nuts. Robin has been nesting. Oh, nice. I think she's abandoned. Oh, that sucks, man. What do you do for that? When a bird, like a baby bird, is abandoned, can you catch it and bring it inside? Is it young enough that you can, give it the dropper and all that? You're 61. You are not. You are not. That's old. 59 is pretty old. But 61, 63, that's old, old. That's so old. People like that, they were alive when Jesus was alive. They met all the apostles. To them, Easter has personal meaning. It's different. 10/5/1963. How could you be that old now when you've always been a kid? You trans-aged? Is that what you did? Back to the garbage spot. He has this place so mapped out and memorized, man. It's crazy. But now he's gotten me doing it. Aaron, I gotta start using that. I told you my middle name is Scott too. I never use it. I gotta start using it. I like it. Like it had no eggs. She just made it. And that sucks, man. They're beautiful, aren't they? When I see a cardinal, I stop and take pictures. Peter Pan and your genetics, huh? I see. Okay. Name some TV shows you used to watch when you were like 10, 15, and don't take more than 10 seconds. Don't start Googling it. I should, yeah. I think I will. I should probably use it and just be Scott Liebowitz because, everyone knows who I am. It would be nice to at least, be able to write my name without people knowing who I am. Who's the boss? Well, it ain't me. You looking at him. The boss has spots and stripes. I'm just staff in his mind. Cats have staff. Dogs have owners. Cats have staff. Bluey. There he is. Say hi. Say hi to your friends, Pouncer. Oh, I wish you guys could see his shadow. It's so funny. The ears are gigantic in his shadow. Cats have pets. Well, you're the one. It was one of you guys that taught me that cats have staff. I forget who, to be honest. But I've been using that ever since. He can, Nick. How you doing, Nick? Three's Company naming TV shows. Yeah, you took too long. You Googled it. Okay, it was Jack, and what were the two girls' names? Go. You have 10 seconds. Make it 5 seconds. You took way too long. You definitely Googled that. Oh, wait. Deacon. I'm sorry. You might be right. It's Wildstar that's lying. She comes here all the time. She's a cat expert. She's a kid. She knows everything about cats. Dogs have besties and cats have soldiers. What type of non-domestic cat is this? This is a non-domestic Serval cat. They're from Africa. So they speak Afrikaans and Zulu. Swaggers speaks some, he understands some Arabic. He speaks some Persian. He understands Spanish very well. And he understands English. He's a polyglot. How you lucky? One of the coolest students I ever had in my class, his last name was Lucky. Lee Lucky. Man, I love that kid. And he was a black kid. He's walking down the street, and the cops come over, and they start really busting his chops, and they arrest him. Oh, that was a bug down the throat. So a bunch of other black kids does he meow. He makes his own sort of sounds like and he hisses when he's pissed off. So a bunch of other black kids have committed some crime, and he was just dressing according to the fashion of the time, which is still pretty much, you have your pants kind of low, your underwear's out. He had a bandana on his head and what do you call it, a do-rag, right? So, thank you, Jason. Yeah, Nick, he does. So, they arrested him, and I brought him to my lawyer, and it was a whole long story, but eventually, my lawyer called in another lawyer, a criminal lawyer, into the room, It's a big office with a bunch of lawyers, and they both said the same thing. They both said to me, "What if we lose?" I said, "I don't know. What if we lose?" He goes, "You're looking at least a year or two in jail." And he was in high school. So, what's up, Rob? So I said, all right, fuck it, let's just cop a plea. And we did. And so 6 months later, there was nothing going on. He just had probation. It was just 6 months. And he wasn't the kind of kid that ever got in trouble. He never had a record. This is the kind of kid that if you went on the elevator, he'd pass out. He looked like a badass. And that was a mistake that the cops made. He just happened to be a few blocks away from some shit that happened. It was very sad. What's up, Barfy Man? How you doing? You think Swagger should be on probation or parole? Let me tell you, Swaggers has a rap sheet. Like, for real. You don't know. The things that Swaggers has done, man. Oh, yes. Yes. Rest. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Where is Swaggers? Swaggers right now is in Alabama, baby. I had him in North Carolina for the weekend. These kind of cats are professionals at hunting. Oh, man. And when they hunt, they sprint. Then they pounce on an animal if it's on the ground. If it's a fish, they'll slap it. If it's a bird, though, they'll jump up and catch it in the air, like 16 feet in the air. Look it up. Look up Serval cat hunting jumping or Serval cat jumping. And you'll see, man. They can jump. They jump higher than any cat in the world. And they're crazy. They love to jump. Of course, Swaggers are scared of heights. What can I tell you? You've seen it, huh? Who is Swaggers? Swaggers is Pouncer's dad. He's the cat that, they look alike. He's the one that I rescued from Africa. This channel was originally called Swaggers the Cat. Then I changed his name a couple times. And now it's Pouncer the Cat. I'm going to change it again, though. Yeah, I should have said that, thanks. I can't believe he's just sitting there. Can you let him off the leash? Everyone always asks that. I could. I'm not gonna. But, I could. If I were just to, do this, he'll just stay and always come back to me. But it gives me a certain emotional stability to have him on the leash. Yeah, they're insanely good hunters. Like, a regular cat... Yeah, Rob remembers. A regular cat... That's so funny, man. He has no idea why we're laughing. A regular cat will successfully catch or kill its prey 10% of the time. 1 out of 10. These guys will do it 50% of the time. That's insane. That's insane. Just imagine how many birds would fly away. These guys catch half of them. There's only one other animal that can do better. I think it's a sand cat. You gotta look it up. It's got like a 60% rate. I think it's a sand cat. Maybe not. It's like a cat that looks like a sand cat. It's a little tiny cat. It looks like a Joffrey's cat. But they're not the ones. I can't think of the name. I'll think of it, though. Don't change Pouncer's name. No, not Pouncer's name. The name of the channel. No, I would never change Pouncer's name because it was revealed to me. As was Swaggers. I take a lot of time when I give an animal a name. I feel like their name has always been there. You have to just discover it. I have a list of so many names I was trying to think of a good one. And, nothing really hit the mark, And so I waited and waited. And then it kept pouncing on my belly and laughing in my face. I was like, bro, you're a Pouncer. You're a Pouncer. He's a good boy. I know I say it so much, but he is. He's always so sweet. Even when he's, mad. Like, when I take him home from here, I got to carry him to the car. And he makes this crazy sound. He hisses, but he would never hurt me, And the scratches that people see on my hands, that's just from us playing. He would never... Now, you going to climb this time? No. I'm amazed. He likes this pole, right? So... Oh, God. Bro, are we going to start this again? And before you ask why I didn't bring the retractable leash tonight, I don't know. I forgot, all right? I was going to bring it tonight. I forgot. Sorry. We have a bunch of retractable leashes. I'm just used to this one for when we come here. So I'll try to do it the day after tomorrow, not tomorrow. It's the one I like the most. I'm lending to my neighbor who's taking his dog somewhere. But nah, I'd never change his name. He is Pouncer, you know? Just like my Savannah cat, you know, she is Lola. My tortoise is Edgar. That's what their names are. That'd be so confusing to them. What'd you pounce? What'd you get? I don't know. We were at this church the other day, live. I don't know if you saw it or not. And Pouncer suddenly starts digging, and he's digging and digging. I'm like, what is done that? I'm like, are you looking for gold, bro? Are you looking for China? And he keeps digging and digging. And they were maggots. Oh, so disgusting. Just these worms, like the rice-a-roni type worms. Oh, so disgusting. And I'm moving around. And of course, Pounce was like, yummy. And I was like, oh, I'm going to puke my brains out. So I pulled him away. And he kept trying to get, you're not leaving, bro. You're not leaving. There's nothing fair out there. We've been there. You don't even like it there. You don't even like it there. No, we're not going there. It's boring, bro. There's nothing there. It's just a parking lot. He understands. It's funny how he walks on this wood, isn't it? His balance beam. That's our car. He doesn't like to go too close to it when it's not time to go, because he loves it here. But he knows, man, when we get home, he knows he's in for workout. You know, jumping practice with him, with Swaggers too, man. I work them hard. You know, I make them train. You know, I make them do more exercise than they want to. I just think that's the right way to do it. And the alternative is just terrible. You can't just leave a Serval alone and expect to get exercise, even when it's outside. They need you to throw things, and if they want to chase things that are moving, you know. One of the things I do in their enclosures is I take a horse whip, and then at the end I'll put a dog toy, and I'll sort of throw the whip out, and then they go chasing it, and it makes them so happy. And then I'll do some things that you would find disgusting, like tie a chicken to the end, not a live one, but a whole one with feathers. And man, do they love that. It makes them so happy. It's part of that whole thing about just speaking their language, you know. Humans don't like that, but they do. So you got to do what they like. What do you see here, buddy? You can tell by his tail. If he inflates it, he's really not sure about it, you know. If he inflates his tail, he's worried. He's being very tentative. He doesn't do it much. Usually he's a waggy-tailed cat. When we're in the, he always has it a little bit inflated. You know, at home, he very rarely has it inflated. No matter which place we're at, you know, we got a few places. And the trailer. I bought this trailer just to turn it into like a playground for them. And very often, you'll see Swaggers there. That's one in North Carolina. Because, you know, we go to Alabama to pick up Swaggers on every other weekend. And then usually I'll bring him there. And that's where his giant enclosure is, so it's fun. It's a lot of driving, but it's okay. But I can't have Pouncer and Swaggers together, because Swaggers is not a very loving dad. That's putting it very mildly. He's a violent, abusive dad. Look at your ears. His ear shadows are so funny. That's a car, buddy. You know all about cars. You know all about cars. You want to kill the car? Here it comes. People's reactions to Pouncer and Swaggers, it's so funny. You know, some people, like, they just stop and come running over. And they need to know immediately, what is that? And some people act like, you know, they've been seeing Servals all day. Like it's nothing special. You know, like that is very unusual to me. Because I never saw one before I saw Swaggers when he was a baby in Africa. I didn't know what they were. It's just so funny. Yeah, and some people are just oblivious. And maybe that's them. Yeah, he has birds. Those are birds. He's got plenty of birds at home. He's been binging on quail. He loves quail. The thing is, and he is so nice to me for quail. So when I go in the kitchen, for whatever reason, let's say I'm just making coffee, I go to the kitchen, he goes up on the counter, and instead of hitting me, he starts petting me, oh so gently. He's like, I love you so much. It would be ever so nice if you would pass me a quail, sir. But, but, yeah, it's hard to resist, it's hard to resist. So I had to just order a bunch of new food, and some of it is not quail, and you're going to find it quite upsetting. So I'm letting you know. This is, some stuff I don't normally post, but I'm gonna. I want people to know the truth about having a serval. You guys got quiet. What happened? Cat got your tongue? Serval got your tongue? Those are birds, buddy. Doesn't he have good posture? It's because he does yoga. See how nice he sits? I used to think about getting Pouncer a girlfriend, or even bringing his sister here. But you don't really want to inbreed animals. It's not healthy. Genetically it's unsound. But I think about it here and there. What do you guys think about that idea? I mean, he would probably react well to another serval. If I were to bring his sister, he already does know her from his early childhood. He'd remember. If I brought in a male, that would be pretty bad. They'd fight eventually, if not immediately. If I brought in a female, though, things would probably be okay, like a young female. But, I do worry that Pouncer might get jealous because he likes having full access to me. But he also might be very happy just playing. I'm not sure. I have a mixed mind on this one. I wish you guys could see his shadow. His ears are gigantic. Doesn't he have good posture? I don't know if he's looking for the crickets right now or the birds. If you guys are commenting, because suddenly the comments just stopped. I can't see them. So for whatever reason, I can't see them. So sorry if you are commenting. If not, we'll speak up. We're here to hang out with you guys and to catch some bugs. What do you see, buddy? He does see something, huh? Sometimes at home, he'll just sit and look out the window like that for like 5 minutes. Just stare out the window. Like he's just transfixed on something. Just utterly captivated. What do you see, baby? There's a train. Pouncer loves trains. He loves trains. And this other place we go to, this church, there's like a big field across the street, and we go there, and the trains come, and he makes me run alongside the train. Oh, he loves it. Oh, we're taking U-turns, yeah. See, his tail's like a little bit inflated. He's like a little bit cautious, He knows when he's outside, of course, and he knows to be aware. And any predator that's hunting, not that he's really hunting yet, but he's trying. They get nervous. They know they could die during the attempted kill. So, they know that, and they get nervous. So you'll see, like, they inflate their tails, and you'll see when cats catch a prey item, like, you'll see, like, a lion has, like, a little baby gazelle. It's so sad because they play with it. And you're like, well, why are they playing with it? Well, they play with it, one, to wear it out. So, they can sort of chill without having to run after them again and just kill them right away. And two, more importantly, to make sure they're healthy. They're smelling them. When they're playing them, they're checking out their emotions and making sure that they're moving right. They know how they should move. So that's why, if you ever wonder why cats play with their prey, plus I'm sure it's just fun for them. It looks like they're having a ball. You should have seen him with his rabbit today. Yeah, train, buddy. One day I'll take you on a train. That's a good idea. You would love that, huh? You want to go catch the train? You want to hunt the train? Why not? Why not? I'll go look at it. I'm sure he can smell it and hear it perfectly. It's funny that he's taking rest today. This is not his normal thing. When he was a baby, I would take him, and I still do. I take him to a different park every day. But even as a baby, he would find these places that were like beautiful. Like a bridge that was going over a brook. And I posted this, just go back to his babyhood. And you could see he would just sit on the bridge and look. He knows what beauty is. And he'll just sit and take in things that are beautiful. It's interesting, he appreciates beauty. He's an aesthetician, right? He's a cat of aesthetics. Maybe I should get him a train set. What do you think of that? Like a train set that he could chase around. There is one for cats. I once got Swaggers, but it really didn't work very well. My friends did with his Serval, but mine just didn't. And I didn't feel like going through the whole thing of returning it and then getting another one that was the same way. So you see, I don't really mind if he just sits, because part of the whole purpose of this, it's exercise and all that, but also it's to engage his senses. You want them to use their senses. And anything that gets an animal to use their senses the way they normally would in the wild, that's what enrichment is. So, sometimes it's a question of you put a bird in a cup, in the cup, in the cup, in the cup, in the box, in the box, in the box, and you put paper everywhere, and then they have to look for the bird, and that's really good for them. That's searching. It's not supposed to be easy, enrichment. Just like hunting is never easy. That's why regular cats have a 10% kill rate. But it makes them happy. You'll see. When they be doing enrichment activity with your cat, it'll be happy afterwards. So happy. They need to play. That's just a need that needs to be met. You can play with them, and then they'll just be normal. But if you give them an enrichment activity after playing with them, then they'll be happy. So this is considered sort of enrichment. He's using his senses, and he's looking to, find things. Just like when I create those little activities for them. What do you say, buddy? What do you smell? Maybe one day he'll catch a deer. What do you think of that? What would Pouncer do if he saw a deer? He would trip, man. He'd go running for the car. Let's see how his tail is doing. A little bit inflated. Alright. I don't think he's really onto anything. If he was onto something, his tail would be more inflated. He always takes me under these things. Why? Bro. I tell you what, I'm going to turn off this live and come right back. Because something is wrong with it. Alright, I'll be right back.